Hey guys, what's going on? It's SpyCat here for another one of my actors. Today's actor, Woody Harrelson. Great actor, you guys know him from The People vs. Larry Flint. One of the great movies that he made. Anyway guys, he was born July 23rd, 1961, and he's 55 years old. Great actor. He's a two-time Academy Award nominee. And let's get started. From earliest movie to latest movie. Here we go. Alright guys, so the very first earliest movie role that he was in that I know of, that I have in my collection, is LA Story, and it's actually an uncredited role. I don't really remember him in this movie, but yeah, guess he was in that. And also in 1991, I think? Yeah, 1991, he was in Doc Hollywood with Michael J. Fox. I got the snapback version of that going on. Pretty cool. You guys saw that one in my Michael J. Fox actor video thing. You guys know what I'm saying. I'm already messing up, but oh well, we're going to keep it rolling. And then in 1994, like 3 years after that, he was in this movie right here, Indecent Proposal, is definitely one of my favorite all-time Woody Harrelson movies. This is just a great movie. He basically goes to Vegas, loses a bunch of money, goes with his wife, and when he loses his money, Robert Redford, being a rich billionaire that he is, pretty much offers Woody Harrelson $1 million for one night with his wife, and everything just kind of goes to hell after that. Demi Moore plays the wife, and she ends up wanting to stay with. They pretty much have problems after he gets the $1 million and Demi Moore sleeps with Robert Redford. It pretty much goes downhill after that. They're getting in all these fights. Woody Harrelson just, regrets that he got paid to pretty much sell his wife off to Robert Redford for one night. And great message movie, I guess you could say, because if I remember correctly, well, I'm not going to say what happens at the end or I'll ruin it, but it's a great movie, really great movie. The acting is superb in this movie, just a really good movie, and this is definitely one of my favorite Woody Harrelson movies that he did. He was in Natural Born Killers, which also came out in 1994. I think, is this the one that has Rodney Dangerfield in the beginning of the movie? Or is that another one like this one? I don't know, whatever. Anyway, Natural Born Killers, he plays a nutcase. This is the director's cut, contains exclusive, unseen, unedited footage. Crazy freaking movie. No, I'm thinking of the other one that Rodney Dangerfield was in. Had to double check on that. This is the movie where Rodney Dangerfield's in, and he's only in like the beginning of the movie. He's a crazy dude. I remember going after chicks like he always does. Yeah, Natural Born Killers, 1994. And then a year after that, in 1995, he was in Money Train, which I absolutely loved this movie. Loved it when I watched it as a kid. It's just a great movie about these two police officers that are working the, trying to look for this guy who's like setting like the attendants on fire, this crazy guy, and then they end up plotting on stealing money from the Money Train. Great movie. Jennifer Lopez, one of her first movies. I think she did this movie right around the same time that Selena came out, when that's pretty much what made her famous in the movie business and all that crap. And yeah, Money Train, 95. And then a year after that, 1996, he was in a movie called Sun Chaser, which is a pretty good movie. It began as a kidnapping. It became a journey of hope. And this gangster guy, I think, takes Woody Harrelson hostage and kidnaps him. And then they kind of build a relationship, if I remember correctly, on this one. But I only have the VHS version of this. I know the DVD's out, but I just haven't found it yet. I've seen it, but I didn't want to pay like the 10 or 20 bucks it was. But this is a really good movie, though. And also in 1996 was one of the funniest movies. I remember this when I was a kid. I watched this as a kid. I remember we rented the movie and I just fell in love with this movie. Me and my brothers watched this thing so many freaking times. It's not even funny. But this movie is funny. And it's Kingpin. And it's one of my favorite movies of all time. One of the best Woody Harrelson movies that he made. In my opinion. Just a great movie. Just a great movie. He plays the drunk, alcoholic, ex-bowler champion. Great movie. And then he takes on Randy Quaid, who's a Amish guy who has a superb talent in... superb talent. That made no sense. I'm trying to use big words. Sounds smart, and I'm sounding like an idiot. Anyway, Randy Quaid plays the Amish guy who's like... Yeah, that sounds right. He has a talent for bowling, and Woody Harrelson uses him, and you know, all the crap that happens in this movie. If you haven't seen Kingpin, definitely check that one out. Great, great, great movie. And this is the movie I think that he won the Best Picture of the Year for. This I think this is the one that he was nominated some Academy Awards in. This one was also in 1996. Great movie. I remember I was trying to sneak watch this when I was a kid. Like, it was on HBO. And I just remember at the beginning of the movie is like pure, everyone's like naked. They're like in a hot tub. Like, all these people are naked. Larry Flint's the Hustler guy. He's the creator of Hustler. And this is a great movie. Yeah, 2 Academy Award nominations. He should have won. This was a great movie. Edward Norton's also in this movie. Anyway, yeah, I think it's Hustler. It is Hustler. Yep, Hustler publisher, the publisher of Hustler. And then his life kind of goes downhill. He gets hooked on heroin, and, you know, it's basically one of those druggy movies. He plays a really good drug addict in this movie, I gotta say. And he was also, in 1998, he was in a episode on the Ellen Show. I forgot what episode. I think it's A Hollywood Tribute Part 2. He was in that. And then in 1999, a few years after that, no, 1998, no, same year as the Ellen thing. He was in a movie called The High-Low Country, which is out of print. But I think this actually might have got released on Blu-ray recently. I'm not sure. But Patricia Arquette's in it. Good movie. Pretty good movie. And in 1990, this is the one that was in 1999. He was in EDTV. I don't know. It was in the dollar bin. That's why I have it, and it's Woody Harrelson. That's pretty much why I have this movie. I didn't like it that much. And Ellen's in this one, too. You go, Ellen. And like I always said about Ellen, she was great in the 90s and the early 2000s. I really don't like her anymore. That's just me. And before I get started on the movies after the 90s of Woody Harrelson was in, I just want to say he was in The Thin Red Line. I have that movie. I just looked like 20 minutes, got really pissed off because I couldn't find that movie, and I definitely have it in my collection. Thin Red Line, I don't know, maybe it's in some actor. I just couldn't find it, but I definitely have Thin Red Line, the war movie that Woody Harrelson was in 1998. And on to the other movies. In 2003, he was in Anger Management, and I don't know why I have the full screen edition. It's probably in the dollar bin. Just tripped on that, but hey, full screen's alright. Who cares? This is a great movie. I don't even remember that he was in it, but I guess he's in this. If you guys remember what he was in this movie, let me know, because I don't know. I know he was in it, though. He was in North County. This is a superb, superb freaking movie. Great movie. And I will be doing a actor thing on Charlize Theron, because she is a superb actor, one of my favorite actresses of all time. Can't wait to do her. Even though it's a few movies, it might be only like 9-10 movies that I have of her, but this is one of the greatest movies of all time. I absolutely love this movie. This is the movie where she works for a, what is it? Not a steel mill, that's Silkwood. She works, let me just read the dang back. It's an iron mill, and like the movie says, she basically just wants to get a decent job, but the only job she could get in the little town that she lives in is at this crazy iron mill, and she's working with a bunch of men. It's right around the time when they really weren't okay with women like working the same jobs as men, so they really give her a hard time. There's a few women that work in this iron mill, and they give them a really hard time. They're playing tricks on them, really rotten, dirty stuff that they're doing to these women, the men, bullying them around. I remember that they put like a condom full with piss and semen in their locker. It's a real emotional movie, and this is definitely one of the best. He doesn't really have a big role in the movie, but this is a superb movie. If you haven't seen North Country, see it. Great movie. The Grand, I don't remember much about The Grand, guys. Couldn't tell you much about this. It's a kind of poker movie, gambling type of movie, I guess. And this one came out in 2007. And North County, did I say? That one came out in 2005. This one came out 2 years later in 2007. Haven't seen that yet. It's probably in the dollar bin. And I just love anything about poker and gambling movies. Do I have a video on my gambling addiction type of movies? I should. If you guys want to know movies about gambling and poker and stuff like that, I should have one in my videos and crap. He was in No Country for Old Men, one of the best movies of all time. Coen Brothers film, great movie. I absolutely love this movie. Woody Harrelson's in this one, which came out 2007. And let's see, he was in Siberian, came out a year later in 2008. This movie is a really, really messed up movie. It kind of, I wouldn't say it reminds me of Hostel, but it's just a crazy movie. He goes on a train with his girlfriend or wife, and all of a sudden his girlfriend goes missing, and he's trying to figure out what happened to his girlfriend. If I remember correctly on that, you guys can read what it's about. Crazy movie. I don't remember exactly, but I remember it was a really thriller type of movie. Sleepwalking, he was in this, another Charlize Theron movie. Great movie. No, this isn't the one I'm thinking of. I haven't seen this one, actually. I don't remember much about this movie. Maybe I seen it, maybe I didn't. I just don't remember much about this movie. This was also in 2008. And another movie that was in 2008 was Semi-Pro, comedy movie with good old Will Ferrell and the guy from Outcast, Andre. And he was in The Messenger, which came out, when did this crap come out? I didn't watch this one yet, but this one, 2 Academy Award nominations in, 2009. And 2012, I love that he plays this crazy guy who's all tripping out on conspiracy theories and stuff like that, which, Woody Harrelson actually is one of those conspiracy theorists, I guess you could say. And 2012 came out in 2009. And last movie that I have, the newest movie that I have that he was in, was one of my favorite movies of all time. This is a crazy thriller, suspense type of movie. Love this movie. Out of the Furnace with Christian Bale, which another actor that I'm going to be doing shortly. So, hope you guys like my Woody Harrelson movie collection, guys. Let me know if you know any Woody Harrelson movies that I'm missing. Drop a comment in the comment thing below, and see you guys later. And yeah, that's it. On to the next actor.